Good afternoon, and welcome to another edition of Inside the Shield with Pro Football Moms. I'm your host, Elisha Jarrett. I'm here with my co-host, Rob Vaka, and boy, do we have a fun mom for you today. Rob, today we have none other than Sheldon Day's mom. Sheldon plays for the Cleveland Browns, and his mom, Carol Day, is here with us today. This is going to be a good one.
She's special. Let me tell you what, I feel like Carol needs to play for the Cleveland Browns because she can bring it. She is always coming with it, and you're going to see it today. So she's going to be a great guest. Welcome, Carol.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me.
We're excited that you are here, Carol. Listen, just talking to you, your energy has just gotten us all excited, and we're fired up for your episode today. So, Sheldon, a couple different things. One, he plays the same position that my son does for the Falcons. So he's a big guy. Yes. So Grady's a defensive tackle for the Falcons. And he also got to play in the Super Bowl. He's the guy that sacked Tom Brady 3 times in Super Bowl 51. Yes, broke or tied a Super Bowl record. Yep, and Sheldon also played in the Super Bowl, so I'm very, very excited to hear about that. But before we get there, tell us a little bit about Sheldon. Tell us, growing up, at what point did you know that he could possibly be playing in the league?
Well, if you left it to me, he wouldn't. He was on a Pee Wee league. He was probably 5th grade, and his brother is 14 years older than him, so he was the coach. Mm-hmm. And I was at practice with them, and my little chunky baby, they were running their drills, and the other kids are going this way, and my baby hasn't even got there yet. So I'm running beside him. You want some water? Do your feet hurt? Come rest. So I got banned from coming to practice. So I think when I really knew that he had I think it was more than a desire. He had tried out for Warren's travel team. And they said my baby was not good enough. Well, that's what you get. So at that point, his older brother told him, you have to be hungry. You have to, put in the extra effort. You have to show them who you are. I think at that point, it lit a fire up under Sheldon. Mm-hmm. And from then on, he just knew. I don't know if it was to prove them wrong. For a little child, I think he was maybe 6th grade, to say you're not good enough for the travel league. And like, okay, where are those guys at now? But I didn't say that. But, I think it put a fire up under him. I honestly never thought of the NFL. All I wanted was college pay. That's it. Mm-hmm. But when, they said it was a chance for my baby to go, oh my God, I think it's more my dream than his, to see him on draft day and the pacing and oh my goodness. It's been a ride for me. This is all about me. He just does the work.
I love it. Is. I love it. That's why it's called The Mom Show.
All about the moms. Carol, it's your time.
Somebody needs to let them know that.
The light is shining on you, and we're going to get to the light shining on you. We're going to get to your T-shirt in just a minute. So you gave me, I love, while we're talking about T-shirts, what a great T-shirt that would be. LCB, Little Chunky Baby. That could also be,
What's the cutest?
Could be an ice cream flavor.
I T-shirt out that I had with his picture on it when he was little. With his little fat jaws but look, he may cut me off if I did that. So have to wait.
Well, here's what's beautiful. It sounds like you're super grateful for the journey that you and your family have been on, and it must be quite a thrill for an Indiana family to have their son attend the storied Notre Dame University. So tell us what that process was like when you found out that Notre Dame had offered him and y'all accepted. What was the experience at Notre Dame like?
Hold on. What happened was he had been offered like 30 some odd, schools. But when Notre Dame offered him, I called the coach and told him we accepted. That's what I did. I accepted it. It was, I think, was it August? And I don't even think Sheldon knew yet, because then Coach Elston called him back and like, man, I'm so great, I'm so happy. So he's playing it off. He'll tell you that his mom accepted the offer. And what I did, I told him, there are valedictorians that cannot get into Notre Dame. And he was 17 at that time. I said, for a 17-year-old Black man to go to Notre Dame, you can write your own ticket. So he listened. He went on and went. He signed the paper. Well, actually, I had to sign too because he was 17.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's funny.
To this day, he has not seen his diploma. That's mine. I have it up under my mattress. So, that's my baby.
That is hilarious. I have to share this story with you. So Sheldon had 30 schools offering him. My son didn't have a lot of big schools offering him, right? And so when Clemson offered him, Coach Sweeney brought us into his office, and he said, well, I want to offer you. And now I was ecstatic because I'd already said, this is our last time coming to Clemson. If they don't offer you today, we're keeping it moving. And Coach Sweeney tells the story the best. But so he offered the scholarship, and my son and I are sitting there on the couch and in this office, and my son says, Coach says, well, are you all in? You want to accept? And my son says, well, we'll get back to you.
Oh,
Carol, I tried to kick his shin off. I'm like, I'm sitting there wanting to jump out of my skin and say, yes, of course we accept. But I went on the plate off. We walking out of Coach's office, and I told my son, I said, you better turn around and go back in there now and tell him, yes, we accept. So we got home all the way home. I'm like, call him now. Tell him we accept.
But that was weird because, I accepted in August. We went up there every weekend. He hung out with the boys, but he didn't sign till February, I think, right before the cutoff.
Something like that.
But I was going up there every weekend.
Well, you had to get acclimated because it was really going to be your 4 years. So I could understand. You had to do the tour and make sure you knew where you were going.
No, I don't know if Lisa told you this story or not, but Mama Carol on campus, I thought I was the celebrity. I walk across campus. People would ask me for my autograph. I'm like, oh, shoot, what? So, it was me and Stephanie Nix, Lewis's mom. We were like the mamas on campus. And so the next year was just me. So I got the same seat for 4 years. And people would,
that's beautiful.
Like,
how did that happen?
Sit in this spot? I took them cookies and cakes. I knew how to do the ushers. So the year after he graduated, I went up for the spring game, and nobody knew me. My heart was broken. It's like, how you're an actress or actor and your time is just ran out. I was hurt. I was really hurt.
Carol, there is a psychological, we can get help for a former player mom.
Please.
We need to do that because you went from being the top of the list at Notre Dame and then they didn't know you. That is a great story. So that had to be super cool. What was it like Tell us more.
One
Tell us more.
thing, I told you, I know we only have 45 minutes, but I have to tell you this. So I told you it's all about me. So I was driving and I have Notre Dame plates on my car. So I didn't see the sign that said, do not enter. So here comes we live in a little suburb, our little Cumberland police. So, he pulls up. And I'm get out of the car. Hey, how you doing? He pulled behind me. I thought he wanted my autograph. I'm like, okay, hold on, baby. I need to go in Dollar Tree. I'll be right back. This man sit there and waited. And I do need your autograph, but I'm like, you don't know who I am? I didn't get a ticket, but I think he thought I was crazy. But I did. I thought he saw my Notre Dame license plates and knew I was Sheldon's mom and wanted an autograph. Okay, I'll let you talk now.
No, you're the star. This is your show. You were the one who went to Notre Dame as a mom, and you're the one who's living the dream in the NFL as a mom. Hey, Carol, tell us, seriously, where do you get your energy from? Come on, share it with us, because Elisha and I need some of that.
I love it.
You know what? When you are a praying, God-fearing woman, it's like, there's nothing else. I told you, I don't have any talents. I think I can sing, but that's another story. But, your personality is something no one can take from you. Mm-hmm. It's like, let somebody make me mad. I'm going to kill them with kindness and blow them kisses. And no, it's like, that's life, because when, you've been through challenges and struggles, and if you just harp on that and you're sad, it consumes you. So what is that? Make lemonade out of lemons?
That's right.
That's right.
That's me.
Oh, absolutely. That is amazing. Listen, I told you that Grady had an opportunity to go to the Super Bowl, and it was a great time for him and for our family. Tell us about your Super Bowl experience.
Oh, my goodness. Me again.
Hey, did you play in the game, by the way? I think I saw you play in that game.
Well, when they start doing some of the stuff they wanted to, because, I'm a little biased, some of that wasn't right. Oh, Lord, there's been plenty of times they've had to stop me from going on the field at Notre Dame. But it was exciting to see my baby, my mother's son, on the field, because I don't know if you guys could see, but when he ran out, or when he hesitated, because I think it hit him. I'm playing in the Super Bowl. I'm starting in the Super Bowl. So that's something that is just an honor, a blessing, that he can pass that on, and especially something like that, not only for our family, but for the kids, little kids coming from a single family home, letting them know your dreams can come true, whatever you aspire. If you're diligent, you hard work, you stay away from the knuckleheads in the street, that it can come true. I know my baby used to get teased because he could go wherever he wanted to go. He could go to the bowling alley, he could go to the mall, he could go to the movies, but guess who was right there with him? I drove, I stayed there, I didn't sit with him, but, and you know what, I think to this day, that's why he doesn't mind having me around, because it's, normal for him. Because I would sit out in the atrium at the mall or sit down at the front when they go to the show, or sit down, when they were bowling. I sure did. He could go wherever he wanted to. But Mommy was here. Well, Mommy was there, and his friends could come over here. That way I had control. I could monitor who he was with. So.
That's definitely I don't call that control. I'll call that a mother's love. Absolutely.
I was controlling. Nope, I had that leash. Like, nope.
Okay, for me, I'll call that a mother's love.
Hey, Carol, we're gonna rename the podcast. We're just gonna call it Carol's Podcast.
Sign me up.
So, Carol, you said everybody has a different personality, and you got to keep your personality and be true to yourself. Tell us about Sheldon. Did he inherit some of your personality? What's his personality like?
Okay, you'll need to look at, because he's a jokester. He is, oh my God, he gets my personality, but then he has this intellectual side when he'll just flip it. Like, where'd this come from? But there was a podcast that one of his schoolmates did. He was majoring in movies or whatever they call what y'all do. And he interviewed Sheldon. And they asked Sheldon, because he's such a fun-loving guy and a jokester. And he said that was Sheldon Day. And he said, but what happens when you get on the field? So Sheldon gets up, comes back with these dark glasses on, and he says it's Sheldon Night. And I mean, it's so comical where it's like maybe he does have an alter ego, but he's the most fun-loving, caring. I'm just blessed to have that boy as my son. He is just amazing. I've never seen him, I haven't seen, maybe on the field, I say one time where he got mad, he was at Warren. And he tackled this little boy like I thought he hurt the child. But I found out that, you know how the boys taunt each other. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Sheldon, why did you tackle him like that? And he said you was fat. I'm like, Sheldon, he don't know me, but I am fat. So what? So he's funny. He is. But that's my baby.
Listen, so having you as his mother, I'm sure that you have had an opportunity to kind of vet the people that he's around, right? And so now that our boys, are in a different league and they're involved in different things, they have a little bit more money, they have a little bit more opportunities to reach the community and things like that. Tell us, and some of the audience who's listening, how did you build your team, or have you all built a team around Sheldon?
It's not really a team. We've always had a very close-knit family. Mm-hmm. And that's the way it stayed. I know people have, came in and came around, but with him being his age, he still has that insight to know who's there for the ride and who's there really to help him. Mm-hmm. So that part I appreciate, the maturity mm-hmm. that he has, where, he has that insight to, to really tell, if somebody tried to ride my coattail or are they there? And he's one of the ones that, hope no one takes this the wrong way. If you weren't there in the beginning mm-hmm. when he was struggling and, too bad, mm-hmm. he may mm-hmm. have a business relationship with you or like an associate relationship, but it's not going to be in that close-knit, family mm-hmm. that we have. And, we have extended family and friends that are in that bond, but, he's smart enough to know, and anybody else that comes asking with the handout, you have to see C-Boy. He calls me C-Boy. So he's like, you have to see C-Boy. So,
is there
and he's still saying he broke. So I'm waiting for him to admit he got a little bit of money. He's broke.
That's a good thing, though.
Look, what son puts their mama on a budget? Like, dude, I raised you. How you gonna put me on the budget? With my money, not his. My money.
He has flipped the script already on you.
look, he says, you went to Olive Garden and Red Lobster in the same week? Yeah, I work.
He said, Mom, you were once a celebrity at Notre Dame. That's past. We got to get on a budget now.
I'm not thinking about that child. I'm hungry.
Carol,
No,
is there a particular organization that you all support, or have you started a foundation? If so, tell us a little bit about that.
He has started his Sheldon Day Camp, the foundation, for trying to bring awareness to girls and boys, whether it be single family, inner city, letting them know, not just through football. Our last camp, it says Sheldon Day Camp, but what he focused on this year was education, STEM, robotics, math. He had someone telling kids how the drones work. And then the last day, and even for the parents, he had a financial academy the first night, letting them, he had the financial people coming from the bank explaining the budgets and different ways you can set up money to start your children's college tuition now. So he's just really into educating the kids that no matter what lifestyle you come from or what economic background you come from, this decision is yours. You may not have a parent that supports you. There's somebody at school, a neighbor, somebody. Don't be scared to reach out to show them that you're interested. And, they can help you, because he promises that, Lord, I know I worked 2 jobs when they were little, and he promises that his mother sacrificed and struggled. I'm like, that's what mothers do. But I'll let him think I struggled. Well, I did. But, he wants to let the kids know that, no matter, what your obstacles are now, that you drive that car. Pay attention in school. Stay away from peer pressure. Listen to the adults. I know, kids say, your mama think you know everything. We do. We've been there. We did that. So just having those kids just say, wait, your time is coming. Because all this fast money and all that stuff, it's not worth it when, you may not be able to enjoy what you're getting with that fast money, because anything can happen. So just letting the kids know that education, oh Lord, and that they're our future. These babies now, they're, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th grade, this is our future. So we have to instill in them that they're capable, they're qualified, just take advantage of the tools you have.
For sure.
So you've described Sheldon through that piece there and a couple other things you've said as funny and cerebral and philanthropic and athletic. He's no longer
extremely intelligent.
He's no longer the chunky baby. And so what will this version of Sheldon into the future, what will be his next venture, next stop on the journey when football's done? Any idea what he'll do next?
Oh, he's already looking into different avenues. There's a company he started called the Players Company, where he's trying to get athletes more involved with their own finances to bring awareness. A lot of athletes depend on other people to, watch this stock, move this money. But it's a collaboration with athletes that are retired, veteran, retired, where they're trying to build this company. He's also investing in homes, trying to restore them. In Indianapolis, we have some areas that years ago they were prominent. And unfortunately, they have, went down, deteriorated. But what he's doing now is going into those neighborhoods to try to rebuild it, fix up the houses, because, if I'm thinking if the residents see a couple of houses coming up, they'll start taking pride in theirs. And, it's like a domino effect that, oh, somebody cares. It doesn't even live in this neighborhood. They're fixing the house up. Maybe I can plant some flowers or wash the aluminum siding off or something, just to give, the neighborhood a little bit more home, homey feel.
Speaking of home, Carol, every now and then my son gets an itch where he wants his mama to cook for him. He happens to be a great, great cook.
Wait. Go ahead, I'll let you finish, but girl, we're going to talk about that one.
My question is there a particular meal that Sheldon picks up the phone and say, Mama, I want, what is that want?
Okay. Well, for him, it's the banana pudding. But wait a minute, hold on. Let me tell you what my child does to me. And I know this is, I don't know if this is a G-rated show, but this boy pimps me out, girl. And I said, wait, girl, he flew me out to San Jose to cook for the young men, the players that couldn't go home. Girl, I have to send you a picture of this spread, and I don't like anybody else in my kitchen. So, girl, was greens, green beans, ham, baked chicken, corn casserole, hot water cornbread, macaroni and cheese, candy yams. Girl, I had strawberry cake. And this is from scratch. Strawberry cakes, lemon cakes, peach cobbler. Girl.
You got me at the water.
You start taking orders. My mama can make you a dressing.
Now you're taking orders, food orders.
Girl.
It's a restaurant. You were the restaurant.
That's what he says. That's what he wants me to do. But cooking for fun is good. Because I said, if somebody were to come and tell me they didn't like my food, I would be on TV. Sheldon, mother just hit somebody in the head with an iron cast skillet. Yeah.
Carol, you got me at the water cornbread. I have not had water cornbread since my grandmother passed. She would fix those collard greens and fix that cornbread in the skillet. Oh my goodness. My children know nothing about it, unfortunately, because I don't know.
Come on, baby.
We're going to have to.
Girl, and then for his Memorial Day, he was proposing, but it was a Memorial Day cookout. Girl, I think I cooked for 2 days. I think it was like 100 people there.
Wow.
And then, of course, we had our vegetarian, so I had to do baked beans with no meat, baked beans with meat, baked greens with no meat, greens with meat. Girl, it was, but it's worth it.
It's worth it.
But yeah, he loves, fettuccine Alfredo, the banana pudding, the baked spaghetti.
Carol, I'm completely distracted now. I can't even go on because now I'm hungry. I'm thinking about where I can eat.
Baby, come on. I'll feed Mama Carol to feed you. Come on.
I love it.
We ready?
I love it. Listen, Grady and I, every game, and we've done this since his rookie year, we have a game day ritual where, regardless of where I am in the stadium, and I'm generally in the same section, regardless of what stadium we're in, that he comes to the sideline and we do a fist bump. And while we're doing that fist bump, I'll give him like one or two words, move your feet fast, or you got to be destructive, or, use your hands, something, right? And that's our game day ritual every game. Do you and Sheldon have a Pacific game day ritual that you do?
Well, Lisa, I need you to call my son and tell him that Grady talks to you, because when I'm and I know he hears me because all his teammates turn around. He won't even look at me. And they'll say, "Is that your mama?" And so that's our game day ritual, him ignoring me, because he will not. I'm like, if you turned around, I would quit. But
Sheldon's like, what are you talking about? I don't hear anybody. What? Who? Someone's yelling?
No. When we were at Notre Dame, and the announcer, I would get a text. The announcers are talking about you. They can hear you saying, "That's my baby." Over 80,000 people. I know he hears me. He just ignores me.
I will definitely give Sheldon a call on that. Listen, I'm in trouble if my son don't hear me out of everybody else in the stadium.
That's right. I need you to tell him that.
I got you on that. Listen, you get my plate of
Pee-wee.
You get my plate of food, and I got you on that other.
I got you, girl. I got you.
Carol, this has been awesome. As we wrap up,
really good.
As we're wrapping up, leave us with.
I got 15 more minutes.
You leave us. You could talk for 15 more minutes.
We're not done. We're not.
Leave us with some tidbits on let's go 20 years out, and you're looking back on Sheldon's life, not just on football, but what he's been able to accomplish charitably, what he's been able to accomplish with youth back in the community, and with football, and with what's next. What's his legacy 20 years from now?
What I think people are going to see is a young man that came up on the East Side, because there's a stigma that the far East Side has deteriorated, that it's not what it used to be. And I think what they're going to say is this hometown young man came back to give back, to lift people back up, to let them know the East Side is what we make it. I mean, he's always giving shout outs to the East Side. And, I hope that the kids now, or the children now, in 20 years, they'll be probably 30-ish or, mid-30s, that he's been bringing through these camps, that, that he's instilled in their heart, just to give back. Reach one, teach one, pull one, lift one. That's the only way we can make it. And, they'll just look and say, even though Sheldon was an NFL player, he was a humble, God-fearing man that came back home every year to try to, pull somebody up, or to educate them, enlighten them, mentor them, nourish them. So to wrap it up or sum it up, I think they would, hopefully, his legacy would be, there's hope, that, there are people that still care, and, to just keep on overstepping your obstacles. That, your obstacle is what you make it. If you see a stone, if you see a brick, put them together, climb up over it, or, make you a ladder, make you a bridge. Your obstacles are what you interpret them to be. So I would hope that, 20 years from now, they would look at Sheldon as his legacy and said, the man that did, the man that could, and the man that, will do.
Carol, that was a massive nugget that anybody who's watching and listening has to grab onto here, because every human being encounters adversity. Every human being encounters a block in their path. And what you just shared is ultra powerful. And that is that your obstacles are just what you interpret them to be.
They are.
And if you make them bigger than they are, then you've made the obstacle bigger. And you've made it harder to get around the obstacle. And if you can find a way in your mindset, right, to look at the obstacle as something smaller and you as bigger, and enroll the village around you to get around that obstacle, then you're going to achieve whatever you set out to achieve. And that's what you just shared is really, really powerful.
But then if you think about it, and I'm a God-fearing woman, but if an obstacle to me is something that a man put in front of you to stop you. So why aren't I better than that person? If he put that obstacle there to stop me, why can't I move it? You know, I think I'm intelligent. I can maneuver or something. So that's what people have to realize. Somebody put that obstacle there. So you need to put your big girl panties, big boy panties on, move that obstacle, because you're just as good as they are. The one that's trying to block you, don't let, there's no defeat.
And just like you all, we're from a small county, Rockdale County, outside of Atlanta, and there were no camps for Jarrett to go to growing up, right? And that was one of the first things that he did, like Sheldon. He brought a camp back to the community. We have it every year. We host 400 to 500 students every year, and it is amazing. And the little bit of time that we spend with those children and the words that Grady gives those children, like, is priceless. It sticks with them, you know, for a long, long time. And just like Sheldon, you know, is doing, he's letting children know, like you just said, you can remove the obstacles in front of you. You have the option to let it block you or not. And that's amazing what you all are doing. That's great.
It is. And then I think another thing, he takes the kids to Notre Dame every year.
Oh,
But with
wow.
COVID, we didn't get to go this year or last year. But to see those kids' faces, because there were people, tourists, fans, waiting to go in the gate. You know, the gates are locked. And the usher, you know, unlocked the gates and ushered the kids in. Now they're looking like, oh my God, here are these grown-ups that can't get in. And they let me in. So, you know, it kind of gives them like, I got to do somebody else. If I just stay on this right track, you know, all the things that, you know, can happen for me. So,
Absolutely.
Carol, you know,
hopefully we can reach them.
the one theme in any of these experiences we've had with moms like you through this podcast, every mom's different. Every one of their sons is different. Every scenario is different. But the one theme in every single one of these is God. And let me tell you what, I'm really heartened by your faith. I'm heartened by your belief. And I'm heartened by the fact that the common denominator is that with God in our lives and being believers, there's grace for us, there's hope for us. And so long as we're grateful and humble, massive things can happen. Massive things can happen for our families, and massive things can happen for people that we care about, and massive things can happen when we go out and we do the work and we give and we try to be philanthropic, really because of God and the fact that I kind of feel like listening to you, that the Holy Spirit's in you. I can kind of feel that.
Oh, yeah,
I
for
get
sure.
that energy.
Oh, for
and I
sure.
just want to thank you
sure.
for sharing that
for sure.
and having the humility and the humor that you have, because it's been a real blessing and treat for Lisa and I. And I'm going to leave you on this as we say goodbye. When I think of Notre Dame and I think of legends, there's Newt Rockney and there's Lou Holtz and there's Rudy.
Yeah.
I want to see a movie made called Carol.
For sure.
It needs to be Carol, not Rudy.
No. You guys need to do the Showtime, what is it? A Season with Notre Dame. You have to watch that. When was it his junior year, I believe? I think it was his junior year. Oh my! I thought I was a star again. So
You are.
yeah.
You are. Okay,
As
we'll
you
definitely
can see,
watch
I'm
that.
not camera shy.
We'll definitely watch that. I have one final question. So, with Sheldon not in the room with you and somebody ask him, or ask you, what do you think the one thing that Sheldon would say about his mother? What would he say?
One word.
No, it could be a sentence, whatever you want.
Oh, I think it would be wanting to be everybody's mama, because like everybody call me Mama Carol. So I'm that nurturing. I want to take everybody in and be their mama and take care of them, cook and clean and do their laundry. So
All right, I'll be over later.
I was getting ready to tell you, I was getting ready to say, well, you can certainly adopt 2 more right here.
come on, girl.
Listen,
Come
I'm
on.
looking for the food. I want the banana pudding. I want all of it.
The peach cobbler, girl. Oh, the homemade strawberry Moscato cake.
Oh, stop it! Stop. Now you're piling on. Now you're just hurting us.
Look, Lisa, I'm gonna send you the video of Thanksgiving.
Oh, please
So,
do.
yeah,
Send it to me.
so you
Send
can see it.
Yes, we'll share it.
Well,
send that to us.
I may be, if I come eat that, I may be called Little Chunky Baby. Carol, thank you so much for being with us. You were a true blessing.
You have been
You're
amazing.
a lot of fun.
You.
Absolutely. A lot of fun. You have been amazing. We wish you and Sheldon an absolute season winner, break all the records, do everything that he wishes to do. So congratulations to you. Congratulations to him. Thank you so very much for being a part of the show today.
Blessings to you, Carol.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.